All right, questions for Erica Wheeler. We'll start with Roz Golden-Wude with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey Erica, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I have a two-part question.
Okay.
Thank you. The first one is just tell me about the relationship between you and Taya. I've enjoyed watching y'all on TikTok, and it seems like y'all are pretty cool.
No, that's a little sis, man. Like, the crazy thing is I met her before I came actually to LA, and it's just been nothing but good vibes. We kind of come from the same thing. Our family, we both family oriented, so it's like, the relationship is just there. I know her family, she knows my family, so we're just cool people. And then we play the same position, so we spend a lot of time with each other. So it's almost just like, we connected regardless of the matter, but it's off the court or on the court. So we play the same position.
Um, and are you you're obviously mentoring her? Like, what are the things you might show her game-wise?
Just for her, I told her actually yesterday we had a conversation just about the last game, just about what we thought about it and how we felt about the Dallas game. And what I told her is that what I'm proud of is because I told her in the Chicago game is that she need to be more patient, organize and lead. And I think she did a way better job in the Dallas game. So just for me to give her that advice and then her display it when we play against Dallas, that shows she's been a sponge and she want to learn and she's listening.
Okay, I'm gonna just follow up here because it's interesting. So what is it about your families do you find that's similar?
So her mom is in her life a lot, and her mom kind of go everywhere she goes, and I don't have my mom, and her mom kind of remind me of my mom, cause like she's just super open. She allow us to be ourselves, and they um they do this thing where like they give all these hugs, and that's how my family is. We very huggy and very loving. So the moment like I met her mom and her family, they all huggy, and I'm just like it's kind of remind me of my family. So just from that point, we've just been connected. Her mom loves me. I love her mom. So it's just been definitely just nothing but family.
And following up, is she mentoring you with the dance moves, or do you feel equal?
Man, that's a lot of it's a lot of pressure when it comes to the TikTok, man. I don't do TikTok, but just try to, be a great teammate and a great big sister. I try to do it because I like to have fun. I don't mind doing them.
All right, my original second question was this: in clutch situations, what do you find over the course of your career you like to tap into and lean on?
I like to tap. Like honestly, since we're talking about clutch, we're gonna talk about the last Chicago game. I was tired. I was dead tired, and Fish was like, "I need you," and this is a challenge right here. It's gonna be tough, but I know you got it. So just those words from my coach, just to help me, know that I can do it. I think that will help me, to stay locked in. And then NECA, I can hear NECA all the time, like, "E, you good? You're not tired. You good?" So just hearing my teammates and my coaches keeping me going in clutch situations, I'm comfortable.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roz. We'll go to Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, Erica.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing all right. What sticks out the most to you about your time in Indiana?
I mean, I was there 4 years, so it's like that was my family at the point. But I'm here in LA now, so I think we should stick to that.
The other day you talked about sometimes Fish will just give you a look, or you guys just kind of make eye contact, and that'll kind of get you centered a little bit. Can you dive into that a little bit? Is that more of just when, like, more you coming down for like an emotional high, or can you explain that a little bit?
Mainly emotional high because he know that I wear my emotions on my face and my sleeve. So sometimes he wants me to channel. So he was like, when you have a moment where you want to, kind of have your little outburst, just look at me for some sense of calmness. Or he'll just look at me like, I understand what you're saying, but I need you to stay focused right now. So just a little head nod or him giving me a little grunt and kind of, bring me back down for me being whatever I is in that moment.
You talked about the last Chicago game. There's plenty moments in there where you were, really aggressive in terms of taking it to the hole. When do you sort of tap into that, and how much more you may be looking to try to do that?
I'm gonna look to do that more often this season, but just really reading the game, what they're giving me. They were overplaying me. Khalid was trying to. I know James has been doing it my whole career, even overseas. He liked to put big guards on me and tell them to be aggressive with me. So I knew that coming into the game. So I knew I had to be aggressive going to the basket just to be able to draw another defender to come, or if they don't come, finish strong. And I think that's what happened.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Rashad.
Thank you.
We'll go to Kahari Jones Jr. with the LA Sentinel.
Hey, what's going on, Erica?
How you doing, Kahari?
I see that you and Taya have a shirt that was just released, and also you have your own clothing brand. Can you just elaborate on just the impact you all want to make, and just where you are going with that?
Well, I have a clothing brand called Don't Settle Be Great. Actually, the co-owner, my best friend, is actually the CEO of it. It's just the saying of "Don't settle, be great." It's kind of what my life been. Any moment in my life where obstacle could have stopped me to just settle into whatever it is that I wanted to just quit, but I didn't. So as I'm going with my career, don't settle, be great. I'm having great moments, overcoming a lot of things. So for me, I take that, I put that on my heart. Don't settle, be great. So I try to push the word out to anybody in the world, not just basketball players, although, my peers support it. And then the Taya and Coop shirt, everybody know we say go bonkers because we always having fun or doing something. So one of my guys who has a t-shirt clothing line, he was like, yo, how would you feel if I make a shirt? I'm like, go ahead, make a shirt, come up with it, and we'll approve it. And he made the shirt, we approved it. It's actually selling really well right now.
Thanks. We have time for two more with Erica. We'll go to Chris Camello with Nightcast Media.
Hey, Erica, how are you this morning?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. So tonight you guys play the Fever, a really talented guard, Kai Gonzedrick. I believe that's her name, the number 4 pick. Are you excited for that matchup? Obviously it's always, you being a little bit more experienced and her being a rookie. Are you kind of like, kind of licking your chops like, hey, let's get after it and show her what this league is about? Or what's your mindset going into tonight?
Honestly, I'm just worried about my team coming out strong and doing the things we need to do as a team. That's solely what I'm worried about, and just winning the game.
Thanks, Chris. Last question will go to John W. Davis with Winsider.
Speaking of that, what do you think you need to do to win this game?
I just think that we need to score, for one, make basket, make layups, and just stick together. I know some moments, we kind of pull away from each other, but I think we're doing a great job of, moving on to the next. Our defense has been pretty good. So just containing the guards. I know Indiana Fever like the back of my hand. I know how Kelsey play. I know how Tiffany Mitchell play. So just containing the guards and making sure we have a presence in the post as well.
Thanks, John. Nia Coffey will be next. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, media questions for Nia Coffey, who had a career high 6 blocks in our last game. We will start with Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, Nia. Just wondering, you're kind of up there in terms of league leaders now in block shots. Do you consider yourself a shot blocker, or like how have you seen that sort of transpire, this season?
Well, it's very early in the season, but no, like in college, I would say I was a shot blocker. Sorry, I don't think this. Yeah, yes.
Just as far as tonight, what are some building blocks you can take into this one from, the road trip that, you just came off of?
Yeah, so we definitely showed our potential on defense, our team defense, and definitely showed how, there were some holes at times, but very fixable holes. So just being disciplined in our defense, our team defense, and then just being patient and being able to read, what the defense gives us on the other end.
And then personally, can you just speak to I guess the freedom that you have, Fish sort of just lets you play, and that's kind of allowed, all of your skill set to shine here. What's that like, and what have those conversations been like with him since you got here?
Well, coach is really open with all of us and just showing us, just how to play together and just giving us the opportunity to read off of each other and just go based off of our options like that. And he really believes in us as players and our different skill sets, how we play. So he always tells us just to be us and just to, feel the game and flow the game. So I just try to make sure that, I'm doing my job and fulfilling my role and just reading how the game is going.
Thanks, Rashawn. We'll go to Roz.
Hey Nia, how you doing?
Hi, good, and you?
Good, thank you for asking. I wanted to follow up. So real quick, yes, no, do you think of yourself as a shot blocker? I know you said in college you were, but do you think of yourself that way?
I would say yes.
Okay, cool. So with Chennai out or questionable, and Neka was hurt last game. Let's say you're without the Ogwumekes. Like, what does this mean? And then you still have a diva. Like, what does this mean for your role and responsibility on the court and the things that you feel you need to bring to the table?
I always look at it, no matter what situation presents itself, my focus is on, okay, what is my role? How is that changing? How do I need to adapt? But at the end of the day, like, my effort and energy and focus always needs to be there. So regardless of what happens, that's kind of where my foundation is, and understanding what are our goals as a team, what are our goals for the specific game as a team, what are my personal duties and who I'm guarding or whatever. So that's kind of what I look at it. I don't really try to pinpoint one thing and kind of stick with it. Like, it's very much like life. It's it changes all the time. And you just have to kind of adapt with whatever situation.
And that's a good way to segue into the next one. Your career, I think you've been on a number of teams in the WNBA. What have you learned during this journey about yourself and about finding a role and just keep pushing in this league?
I could probably talk for hours on that. But basically just knowing I've figured out like who I am as a person, and then as a player, I've been able to develop and just kind of improve on my skills from when I came in as a rookie. And every team I've been on, I've picked up another skill. So I feel like I've only added to my ability as a player. And then also just showcasing I am able to adapt, and obviously with every different team. But now I'm just at a point where I'm like, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here and I'm going to give it my all. If not, the Lord has my path, but I'm just going to really focus on being in the moment, being present. What is my role now? How can I serve and help my team? And whatever that looks like, I'm just going to, step up to the plate and do my best. And that's all I can do.
Got to follow up with this one real quick. If you could detail for me, every team, what was the skill you added each year?
San Antonio, that we'll just pass that one. That was just,
Okay.
trying to figure
Okay,
out
no problem.
life. Vegas, developed the pull-up, and developed my post game. Where'd I go? Atlanta, 3-point shot. And then Phoenix, I would kind of add with a 3-point shot and just playing with different personnel. And then now I just feel like I'm kind of putting it all together, but just adding more of just like the confidence of just knowing who I am and who I am as a person, as a player, just being free and just playing within my team and just, accepting the situation.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Roz. We'll go to John W. Davis, the Insider.
Yeah. So, you've had to do a lot of different things. I mean, you've been blocking shots, shooting threes. You're talking about, being able to be comfortable doing whatever the team needs. But how comfortable are you adjusting in game? Because sometimes when you decide this is the way we're going to play, it might not be what you need to do to finish the game.
Yeah, so I don't try to predetermine, just because that can just cause a lot of other issues. My biggest thing is I just focus on one possession at a time, one quarter at a time. And depending on who I'm coming in for, I know like, okay, I'm playing the 3, I got to do this more, or I'm playing the 4, I need to focus on this more, or I'm guarding this player, I'm guarding that player. So like I'm able to kind of adjust when it kind of happens. And then of course with game flow, like there'll be ebbs and flows, but I just try to stay steady, not get too down or too high about anything, just keep my focus on the team and what I need to do in that specific situation.
Kahari Jones Jr., LA Sentinel.
Hey, what's going on? Naomi, can you elaborate on this moment in your career? You said that Fisher allows you all to just be comfortable and just grow into your own. How important is it for you just throughout your journey, having to play different roles, and now that you're in this chapter?
Sorry, what's the question?
How important is it for you to continue to just play in this role that you're doing right now, and now that Coach Fisher is allowing you to, just be your own player?
Well, if I look at my journey, it's actually very timely how I was able to kind of improve my skills to the point where I can just use my versatility with this team, and I'm not really like pigeonholed in a certain position. So I just try to keep an open mind and just read the game, read my teammates, and just continue to grow with this team, and just not, again, predetermine what I'm going to do, and just kind of instinctively kind of react and adapt to whatever the situation presents.
Time for one more. We'll go to Chris Camella with Nightcast.
Hey, Nia, how are you today?
Good, and you?
Doing well, thank you. So yeah, tonight you guys are playing the number 4 pick in this past year's draft, Kahari Jones, and very, very talented, obviously. Are you guys game planning, especially for her? What are you looking forward to in that matchup, and what kind of challenges do you think she presents?
Yeah, so they have a talented team. They have very talented guards, and they are very heavy with their guard play. So just making sure that we kind of take away from them being comfortable, no matter like who that guard is, and just making sure that we apply that pressure. So no matter what the situation is, like they're not feeling comfortable or in their flow. So just really making sure that as a team, like we're just making it hard for them and applying pressure.
Thanks, Nia.
Thank you.